Video.
Okay, let's go. Tell me when we're ready.
A couple seconds in, but waiting.
We're in?
Yeah.
We're good? Got a couple people join us yet? Happy Easter, everybody. Welcome. Gonna have a little fun today. Sorry that you're not with your extended immediate family, but we're definitely going to all be together as part of our extended Cooperstock family. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm going to show you 3 different recipes that all kind of come together to make our signature deviled eggs and toast. So I don't give a lot of recipes away, but I felt this one was really appropriate for Easter. So. Really excited to have everybody with us. I'm actually going to tell the story of how this dish came to be. I'll give you the condensed version, but again, welcome and happy Easter. We wanted to do this around noontime, give everybody a chance to do their Easter egg hunts and get prepped up a little bit for your Easter dinner, or whatever you're doing today. So. But again, I wanted to share a little bit about this dish, and I think every one of our dishes on the Cooperstock menu has a story. Some of them are a little bit longer than others. This is actually a pretty long story, but I'll try to condense it here. So, the way Tim and I work together on the menu and our team, ideas flow from everywhere. We may find something on a trip. This one in particular, Tim was on a business trip and just happened to come upon a restaurant, I believe it was in California, and had this kind of a deviled egg salad, kind of a decomposed deviled egg salad. He said, hey, it wasn't very good. He took a picture of it and he sent it to me, and he said, but I know you and your team can make this great. And I had that picture up on my board for probably a couple of years. And it really wasn't until we were doing an event, actually for Fabio Viviani, one of our good friends and chef partners in Chicago, and we were doing some arancini, and we were coming up with an aioli to put on top of the arancini, and we came up with this Calabrian chili aioli, and bang, this dish was born. So, again, I think if we've got enough people to start, I think we'll get going on this, okay? So this is the first recipe. So we posted all 3 recipes, but we're going to focus on 2 of them today. The first one, this is basically the Parmesan herb spread. So it's a very simple spread. A little bit of mayonnaise, some microplaned. You know I love my microplaned. So microplaned Parmesan cheese, that wonderful Sartori Parmesan cheese from Wisconsin. A little bit of garlic, olive oil, lemon juice, a little salt and pepper, some parsley, and then a little bit of scallion. So we've got, one of the breads that we use at the restaurant is this, you can see it has a little bit of polenta inside, a polenta sourdough, and we just slice it fairly thin, and we take some of that Parmesan herb spread, and these are those beautiful crostinis that we serve with this appetizer at the restaurant. So again, just a real thin layer is going to go on here, and that'll go in the oven, and we want to put it on some sort of a rack so that we have a little bit of space so that the hot air kind of goes around this, and you'll want to cook it until it's nice and crispy and brown on top, okay, just like this one here. So super simple. So I'm going to put that aside. Next, I want to focus on the Calabrian chili aioli. So that one, again, we're going to start with some mayonnaise. And I'm going to talk about what are the most important parts of this. So we've got mayonnaise. We've got our Calabrian chilies. This is a Calabrian chili paste that we get at the restaurant. And a little bit of mustard, so some whole grain mustard. Some fresh squeezed lemon juice. Some fresh squeezed lemon juice here. And these are really the most important aspects of this aioli. And the reason I say that is, as we're, you know, we're all kind of cooped up in our houses. You may not have everything. You may not want to go around the store, but most of us have some sort of, you know, some sort of spicy sauce, whether it's a chili sauce. You could use sambal. You could use sriracha. So we're just going to mix that up here and then add just a little bit of kosher salt, just a little bit of sugar, some fresh cracked black pepper. I always love some fresh cracked black. And then now, these are some of the other things that you can add that kind of kick this up. So we've got a little bit of fresh garlic, some fresh chopped parsley, tarragon. You know, tarragon is one of my favorite herbs. It's great in aiolis. And some capers, some chopped capers. And what I like to do there is I put a bit of paper towel and dry them off a little bit so that the aioli doesn't get too watery. And I just happen to have a couple shallots in the pantry. So, you know, one small shallot. And then we're going to mix that together. And that's really the base for our Calabrian chili aioli, which is what we're going to season our chopped deviled eggs and toast with. So I'm going to put this off to the side, mix this up really well. Oh, I forgot one ingredient. And this is actually a really, you know, everybody knows I love my microplane. So we're going to add a little bit of lemon zest to this. So it adds a real nice, you know, as you start to zest the lemon, the oil comes out and you get a beautiful, beautiful aroma in your kitchen. Okay, so just about half of that. We'll mix that up, and again, we're just going to put that aside. Okay, so now for the main event. So hopefully some of you got to see my video that I did the other day about how to properly do eggs, hard-boiled eggs. So I saved one because I want to show everyone, you know, how these look inside.
Got a quick question. What's the difference between an onion and a shallot?
That's a great question. So the difference between an onion and a shallot. So onion, there are a lot of different types of onions. You know, there's yellow onions, white onions. Shallots are more of a French style onion used for sauces. They're great when you saute them very slowly. They get super, super sweet. We use them in butter sauces a lot, but they're really nice in vinaigrettes and aiolis like that. So again, I want to show everyone how this is that 12-minute egg. I made these yesterday and refrigerated them. So for these, I like to cut each side in 6. So you get some nice big chunks to this. Okay. So I double this because I'm going to feed my whole family today. So I've got some of our jardiniere that is not spicy. It's a mild one. A little bit of parsley. Pinch of kosher salt. And then we're going to add. Now notice I'm not saying a half a cup of this, a quarter cup of this. I did give everyone a recipe, but in my last video, I talked about method and technique. And what I like to teach everyone is how to cook without recipes. So when you use method and technique, you learn the basics of things, and then you learn how to put your spin on it, okay? So if you don't like tarragon, don't put any tarragon. If you like basil, add basil, okay? Another ingredient that's, if you love anchovies, if you chop up anchovies, anchovy paste is a really beautiful ingredient for this as well. So if you like it really wet, add a little bit more aioli. If you like it spicy, add some more Calabrian chili. So basically what you want to do is just coat this pretty well, okay? And that's the base. That's the base for the deviled egg salad. The rest of it is all garnishes, okay? If you want to pack up a little bit, I'm gonna.
I got a question while you're
Sure, we got a question.
waiting. How long can you store those cooked and peeled eggs in the fridge? Are there any special rules like covering them or keeping them in water?
I like to peel them right away. I think they peel easier when they're still slightly warm. I pointed that out in the video. But typically at least a week you can have them in the refrigerator if they're nice and cold. Okay? So I'm going to bring this down here. Yeah, this is such a great appetizer, especially for a day like today. Super awesome to share. And so I've got a couple of bib lettuce leaves, and this is just a larger version of the way we serve it at the restaurant. So we're gonna put that right down the middle. Oh boy, am I getting hungry. And thank you everyone for tuning in today and celebrating Easter with us and allowing Cooper's Hawk to be a part of your beautiful spring day. It is about 60 degrees here in Chicago. It's absolutely gorgeous. And so next I'm gonna cut these Parmesan crostinis here. So basically the way we like to eat this at the restaurant is you take one of these gorgeous crispy Parmesan crostinis, okay? And then the egg salad goes there, and now it's fun garnish time. So we've got some radishes here. So we're gonna add some really crispy, some red radishes. These are oven roasted tomatoes. So oven roasted tomatoes, we take sweet grape tomatoes, tossed with a little bit of olive oil, salt, kosher salt, just a little bit of sugar, maybe some thyme, and then cook them at about 250 degrees for about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the oven until they're almost like raisins, super sweet. At Cooper's Hawk, we use these on some of the salads as well as some of the pasta dishes. But they're just beautiful, sweet little kind of candy that we add to certain dishes, and they're just really nice with this. So as you can see, just a lot of fun garnishes here.
And what wine pairing would you recommend with this?
Ooh, what wine pairing? I love like a great crisp, like a Sauvignon Blanc, a Pinot Gris. I had a bunch of the, what's that white wine? Torrontés. I've been drinking some Torrontés. I love the Torrontés, and I think the Torrontés would be beautiful with this. We're gonna put a little bit more than I normally do. So this is our applewood bacon, but I mixed it with just a little bit of black peppercorn, some cumin, and some chili, and some brown sugar, and cooked it very slowly in the oven until it kind of candied. So you can see it's a little crispy, a little chewy, adds a little bit of sweet, that beautiful smokiness. And then I roasted a red pepper on the grill yesterday, and then my fun little tongs here, little roasted pepper. Mixed it with just a little bit of kosher salt and some olive oil. And then last but not least, you have to have a little bit of avocado. So we're just gonna slice the avocado. You see how easy this is? It's pretty simple once you get all your ingredients together, you know? So we're gonna scoop that out. And then just put those little pieces over the top. And then last but not least, I love my Malden, my flaky sea salt. You wanna, avocado is really nice, but it's very bland. So I like to just hit the avocado with some of that Malden sea salt, okay? And then just hit it with a little cracked black pepper. And then I also made, if you've been into the tasting rooms at the restaurant, I made some lavash crackers. So lavash with some Parmesan cheese, some cracked black pepper, and a little bit of sea salt. So these crackers, you can buy really nice crackers at the grocery store, but either of these are really nice with this appetizer here. So let me hold that up. Again, this is we put this on the menu last year, and it is absolutely, without a doubt, one of my favorite appetizers on our menu. I'm going to turn this around here. It looks better this way. And just a really beautiful thing to share on Easter Sunday. So, again, happy Easter, and let's take some questions. Happy to chat with you. Anything about this? Anything about Easter?
We have a question. What is on the menu at your house today?
What is on the menu at my house today? I knew that was going to come up. I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you what's on the menu. We were actually going to play it really simple. We are going to play it simple. But I also, we've been cooking out of the refrigerator and the freezer, and I just decided it was time to make something special. So I did grab a piece of lamb from. Oh, can you hear that? I grabbed a lamb shoulder from the store, and oh wow, let me turn that around here. This is Facebook Smell Vision here. So I did a lamb shoulder on the bone here, and made kind of like a chili paste. I roasted some guajillo and ancho chilies, some fresh garlic. I rubbed it down with a little bit of mushroom soy first, some kosher salt, cracked black pepper, and then rubbed it down with that chili paste, and I put it on my egg with a little bit of smoke for about 2 hours early this morning. And then I've just been cooking it for, oh wow, look at that. Oh, we're getting really close. For about 2 hours on the smoker, and it probably needs about another half hour in the oven, and then rest for about a half hour. Gonna make some what kind of potatoes are we making? Some au gratin potatoes with some fresh garlic, and so back in the oven this goes. But that's what we're. I wish I could cook for everybody today. We usually have about 40 to 60 McMillins at our house. Usually go to my brother's for Easter, but since we're all kind of with our immediate families here, again, this is a great opportunity for the greater Cooper's Hawk family to be together this morning and share a little time together. So.
And another question: how long ahead of time can you make this app?
It's a really great question. So, if you have all the ingredients together, I would say a couple of hours ahead, you could mix the aioli and the eggs together, and then just the garnish. Let me grab this here. So mix the eggs and the aioli together, and then maybe right before you serve it, you can put all the garnishes on. Again, that Parmesan spread can last a long time in the refrigerator, at least a week or so, and then you can actually put the paste on, put the Parmesan spread on, leave them in the refrigerator, and then maybe 10-15 minutes before you're ready to serve, in the oven they go, so they're nice and toasty like this. Okay?
Awesome. Okay. And what wine are we going to be having with the lamb?
Oh, that's a great question. I've been saving a bottle of Camille Brave, and again, hats off to Emily. Emily's been doing a lot of Instagram and Facebook Live things and doing a lot of tastings and such, so that's been a lot of fun. But I've been saving a bottle of Camille Brave that she actually gave me, so I think that's what we're going to open up tonight with the lamb.
Awesome. And then we've had a lot of questions about the bread and the crackers, how you're making both.
Yeah. So the bread, we can review if anybody wasn't on earlier. So the bread is super simple. So we slice it maybe a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch. And we add this spread. This is our Parmesan spread. So it's a little bit of mayo, a good amount of shaved or microplaned Parmesan cheese, scallion, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and garlic. So that Parmesan cheese and the egg yolk in the mayo really help it to brown. So I can actually show you this. I'll show you this pan that I concocted here. So it has a little bit of foil on it just to keep it clean. But basically putting it on here creates some airflow underneath. So we get it nice and crispy on the bottom as well as beautiful brown on the top like these over here. So that's the bread. And then these Parmesan crisps, this is lavash, which is a Middle Eastern kind of unleavened flatbread. And I rub it down fairly liberally with olive oil, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, cracked black pepper, and flaky sea salt. Throw it in the oven until it's nice and brown. And I love to serve these at the house. I've got some in the freezer and I just pull them out, and they're really nice with cheese boards and charcuterie. Super crunchy, delicious. So,
Awesome.
well,
And you've got a question from Donna Roach. How do you cook the eggs so they don't get a green ring around the yolk?
Donna, it's a great question. So I shot a video. It should still be in our, I think it's on Instagram in our story. But a pot of boiling water, about 1 inch above the eggs. We always start with, the way I teach it, there's a million different ways that get to a good egg. But what I have found in a very simple instructional way that everybody can get to the same result, start with a pot of boiling water, 6 to 8 eggs, lower them in very slowly, and 12 minutes, exactly 12 minutes. And that will give you, and then strain them out into ice water for maybe just a couple minutes until you're able to hold them. Knock them around a little bit, peel them, throw them in the refrigerator. Never, never, never do you get a green ring, okay?
Then someone else is wondering if they can use canned jalapenos that have carrots and onions in place of jardiniere.
Why not? Use whatever you've got. Absolutely. Jalapenos. Again, the thing about Calabrian chilies, it's a new ingredient that I just started using a few years ago. And this was probably one of the first dishes that I've used the Calabrian chilies in. So I've used them in a couple of other things, but jalapenos work great. Serranos work great. What else could we use? I have some poblanos in the refrigerator, roasted poblanos. And if you don't like things spicy, actually, roasted red peppers are wonderful to, you could actually blend these up and it'll give you a very similar color to the Calabrian chili, okay?
And then this person also has chipotle peppers. Can they use this as a substitute for the Calabrian chili?
Absolutely. Chipotle is wonderful in here because you get that little nice smoky flavor too. So just be careful because those are pretty spicy. Those are a good amount spicier than the Calabrian chilies. What else do we have? What's everybody else having for Easter? Yeah. But again, thank you so much for tuning in today and joining us. This is really a labor of love. We love to connect with all of our wine club members. We love sharing appetizers, ideas, and recipes. We're going to continue to do this over the course of however long we're all cooped up in our houses and beyond probably. So this has been a wonderful medium for us to continue to connect with everybody out there, and we appreciate everyone being with us.
It seems like a lot of people are having ham today.
Ham.
Ham.
God bless the ham. I went to the store a few days ago when I got the lamb, and they were completely out of ham. So Toilet paper and ham today, I guess. Is what most stores are out of. What else do we have?
Lamb chops.
Lamb chops. God, I love lamb. Lamb. Lamb chops are so awesome. Yeah.
Smoked prime rib. Sounds good.
Ooh, where's that at? I want to go to that house.
Eric.
I want to go to Eric's house. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing and asking lots of questions. We might have time for one or two more questions, and then we'll let everyone get back to their beautiful Easter day. I hope everyone's got the weather that we have in Chicago here, because it is just absolutely beautiful. I thought it was going to be kind of rainy today. Had a couple drops earlier, but it was just the sun came out, and it's 60 degrees. Absolutely beautiful. Couldn't ask for anything better on this Easter. So.
Tarina says,
Hey, Tarina.
Thank you for always sharing your passion of food with us and your stories.
God bless Tarina. Tarina works with us in, she's actually at our restaurant support center now. Does a lot of wine training for us, and so great to see you on here, Tarina.
One more question.
Yes.
Do you have any plans for what your next demo is going to be?
Do I have any plans for what my next demo is going to be? Well, we started doing these little hack videos. Hack might not be the best word, but basically, there's a lot of things that we as chefs do in the kitchen that we take for granted. Chopping an onion, slicing and chopping ginger, garlic, I'm letting the cat out of the bag. Anyway, so we're going to continue to share some of these kind of simple little things that I do in the kitchen. But there are a couple, so stay tuned, because we do have some other fun things that we're going to share. Some are little secrets that we do at the restaurant at Cooper's Hawk. Some are things I do at my home for my family and friends. And the other thing is, hey, if there are things that you'd like to see, please just respond or ask a question on our either Facebook or on Instagram. And if we get enough requests around something, we'll shoot a video on it. We'll teach you how to do it. Okay? All right, well, hey, everyone, again, thank you so much for tuning in today on Easter and sharing a little bit with us. We know these are tough times, and it's really difficult when you're not able to be with your extended family. So thank you so much for being with our extended Cooper's Hawk family. And on behalf of Tim and the entire leadership team and everyone at Cooper's Hawk, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you very soon. Take care.